The following is general advice only and should not be construed as accounting, legal, or any other professional advice. The details of your situation are fact dependent, and you are advised to seek the help of a competent professional. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another action-packed edition of CPA Reviewed, the official podcast of Another71.com. As always, I am your humble host, Jeff Elliott, a licensed CPA in the state of Kansas, and I am official for another 2 years because I got my 80 hours of CPE in, so yeah, hooray for me. All right, on today's show, we are going back to the Ninja hotline, and some CPA candidates have questions, and hopefully I have answers. Who am I speaking with?
Monica.
Hi, Monica.
Hi. I'm currently studying for FAR.
Okay.
And I passed 3 parts, and then I lost audit. So I have to retake it again, and I'm planning to take FAR on August 4th. So.
Okay. Well, since you're the first caller, you have to talk to me. You can't just listen.
Okay. Well, okay. So just regarding FAR, I'm having a little difficulty trying to figure out, remembering all the information basically, and then also the bonds payable. And trying to remember the differences between GAAP and IFRS. So I don't know if there's any advice you could give me on that information.
Do you have the Ninja MCQ?
I was planning to get it in a couple of days because I'm taking I bought the Becker, and I'm doing their multiple choice questions, and I have your Ninja notes. So I was gonna get your multiple choice questions in a couple of days just to get fresh questions, and also I like the way that you I'm able to pull up random questions on Becker. It's a little harder to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay. Well, what I was going to say is within Ninja MCQ in the bonds section, the IFRS questions are mixed in. They are not segregated out, and so I don't know how Becker does it, but if you work those, you would get a better feel for it. Right now, I'm going through the Ninja book for FAR. And I am breaking out the IFRS stuff. So, and your exam is August 4th. So I should have that section done by then. About a week before your exam, shoot me an email, and I will try to send you over some IFRS versus GAAP bonds information.
Okay, and then in regards to bonds payable, because I can remember about the difference between the yield and the stated, and then the bonds calculation. Is that basically the gist, or is it like I'm missing something, or is the bonds payable that difficult to memorize, or?
No, it's not. You have the Ninja notes?
Yeah, I do have the Ninja notes.
Yeah, go over the Ninja notes section and the examples a few times, and then jump into a bunch of multiple choice questions and read the answer explanations. You'll get it. Just work several problems and you'll get it. But the Ninja notes lay it out pretty simply, I think.
Okay. And I know that because I did use your Ninja multiple choice on regulation, and I saw one of your videos that said basically regarding simulations, that as long as I do a ton of multiple choice, I really don't have to concentrate on simulations. I don't know if you remember, you said that like on one of your videos.
Right.
I kind of followed that theory on regulation and I passed it and it went really well. But do you think it applies also for FAR, or you think I should really do a lot more simulations?
Well, I have always believed that if you understand the concepts well enough to do well on the multiple choice questions, then you understand them well enough to do well on the simulations, because the simulations are just a different way of applying the concepts. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't recommend not practicing sims ever, because obviously the Ninja MCQ comes with simulations. People like to do simulations, and it is a good idea to practice a handful of them at least. And I always recommend that people do the AICPA sample test so that you know exactly what it looks like. But if I think auditing maybe has like 71 simulations, or maybe it's reg. I mean, you could spend 2 weeks doing nothing but simulations, and I'm not sure how much of an impact it would have on your score versus really digging into the multiple choice questions and truly understanding the concepts, so that on the exam, you get whatever 6 or 7 tabs on your sim. You could get any number of topics, and so if you know the multiple choice really well, then you'll be able to hopefully do well on those simulations.
Okay. All right.
So was that helpful?
Yes, it was. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Monica.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Area code 781. How are you? 781?
Hi, I'm here. How are you doing?
Good. How are you doing? Who am I speaking with?
My name is Femi.
Sammy?
Yes.
How are you, Sammy?
Femi, I'm good, and you? Hey, I'm studying for the BEC, and I have to say I'm really I'm struggling with the cost accounting part of it, and also with where the FIFO and the LIFO part of it, and the parts where the variance and material variance. So I'm a little bit struggling on that part. I don't know. I'm trying to do a lot of multiple choice, so that would help, and I try to read to read the answer to read the answer while I do the multiple choice. So, but I don't know if I'm doing the right thing.
What, Sammy? What course materials are you using? Are you using any sort of a video course?
I have your Ninja. I actually have the BC book, from you, and I thought that was too much. It was just too. I just felt like the book was too much. But I used the Ninja, the 10-step, what's it called? And I have the video as well.
Okay. Why did you think?
I also have the Ninja multiple choice. So I use the Ninja multiple choice for studying. The 3 months Ninja multiple choice, and I have the Ninja CPA review as well, the Ninja notes, and I also have the book. But I use the notes more than the book. I just find the book more, the Ninja notes more straight to the point and more straightforward kind of.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. The book can be overwhelming, but honestly, the book is the book was designed, and it only contains information that you have to know for the exam, and so there's nothing extra in there. And so while it can seem overwhelming, that's just the nature of BEC. I mean, it's a lot of information, and I tried to strip BEC down into, as far as a book goes, the must-know information that you have to have. But there's every concept in the book is followed up by an actual exam application, and so you have to know the concept. So I would urge you to go back through the book, even though it seems overwhelming. I think it's necessary. Although another strategy would be to just do the Ninja notes and then to really hit the multiple choice questions hard. But the questions in the multiple choice question, the questions in Ninja MCQ, those are testing you over concepts that the book covers.
Okay.
So is it more because the BEC content is just boring?
It's very boring to me.
Right.
It's killing me.
I tried to make it as exciting as possible. I mean, I have a picture of ninjas in the book. I mean, come on.
It's killing me.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I took regulation, and regulation was not this bad.
Mhm.
It's just killing me. And yeah, I never understood I wanted to ask you, I never understood the calendar that you have. I think it's I couldn't understand it. How is it like I couldn't understand the calendar that you have, that you had tried to use it, but I couldn't just even understand it. That's another question that I have.
The calendar within Ninja MCQ?
Yes.
Yeah, that is a little confusing. And so when you put in your test date, it assumes that you'll do every question twice, and based on and so the amount of time it factors in the average amount of time it takes someone to do a question, et cetera, et cetera. I would just ignore that. Okay. But if it's, I mean, some people like it, some people it's confusing. If it's confusing, I would just ignore that, and your study plan is your study plan. However long it takes you to do it. When is your exams? When is BEC scheduled?
I scheduled BEC for August 15.
Okay, so you have about a month.
Mm-hmm. I know where my strong points are. I know that I'm good with economics, information system. I would say financial management is not bad, and capital budgeting. The ones that I have, and corporate governance. The ones that I have issues with, cost accounting, performance measure, risk analysis, and financial analyst. Those are my big ones.
Yeah. Honestly, over those chapters, I would go back through and read those chapters in the Ninja book. And honestly, if it were easy and if it were not boring, anyone could take this exam and pass it. But it's tough, and that's just the nature of it. I would urge you to go back through and read those chapters and suffer through it.
Okay.
And then do the multiple choice.
Okay.
And as you read, I mean, I try to throw in as many examples as possible. So you have the concept, an example, a multiple choice question. Just mentally work through those, and just budget your time. Say, hey, I'm going to get through.
How many questions do you think I should do a day?
Per day?
Yeah.
Well, that's hard to say because people take a different amount of time to do questions. I more measure it in times of hours per week. So, are you studying at least 20 hours a week?
Um, no. I try to do about 100 questions a day. That's my. I don't try to. I don't. Actually, I'm not looking at the time. I just try to understand it more. So I try to do maybe 20 in the morning, during lunchtime. Try to space it out like that. But my budget is to try and do 100 questions. But I've not been able to eat that. I've been doing more of 50 and 75. So I don't know.
Well, you might rearrange your schedule so that you can like you have the do you have the Ninja Study Planner with the early lunch late plan?
Yeah, I have that, but I don't understand what that is. Is it like? To be honest, I look at that and
basically all it is just a tool for you to budget your time, and so. No one wants to get up early and study, but you have the Ninja Study Planner. Well, you budget in an hour. Okay, I'm going to get up. I'm going to set my alarm for whatever 5:30. And I'm going to get up, and it helps you to plan your day out, plan your week out, and so you can figure out how to fit in those 20 hours a week or so. If you're not studying 20 hours a week, I would urge you to do that.
Okay.
Okay, Sammy. So
thank you very much.
Yeah, get that Ninja Study Planner and start budgeting your time better, and read the Ninja book over cost accounting and performance measures and all that good stuff.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Going now to area code 917.
Yeah.
Who am I speaking with?
Yeah, this is Sam.
Sam. Back Sam.
Yeah, I passed 3 parts. I'm down to BEC, which I took twice already, and it seems like I've been doing all the multiple choice, and the last time I took it, I actually got my score letter, and it gives you, the stronger area, the weaker, and the comparable. It doesn't really make sense to me because even with the written communication, it's only worth 15 points.
Right.
And I'm scoring a 73, while on the multiple choice, it says here that multiple choice, 85% worth, and I scored stronger than other candidates. So I don't know, So I know I'm weak in the written communications. So my question, I guess, would be, what would you suggest to do? Because what I've been doing is pretty much taking sample questions and sample answers and rewriting the sample answers. I did it a few times already, and some of them I kind of go back to them and I recognize the question right away now because of the fact that I rewrote it. But my worry or concern is, what if I come to the exam day and I'm not going to have these questions and, something else pops up? What do you think my approach should be studying? And I have all the time in the world. I'm not working. And I have my exam on August 31st scheduled, which was supposed to be tomorrow, but my internet was cut off, so I kind of pushed it back to the 31st.
Okay, so you scored a 73 previously?
Yeah, before that I scored a 69, but when I scored a 69, it was during busy season tax, and I didn't really put in a lot of time, so I didn't really expect to pass. But this time I did really study, and the only problem was I didn't have enough time to finish my third question.
Okay, well, it sounds like you are very close because, and it sounds like it's very likely that the written communications are tripping you up. Well, in the past, what I have recommended is, especially for people who have English as their second language, to go on the forum and write out an essay over some economic topic like price elasticity of demand or something, and asked the forum members to critique it. That was before I had Ninja MCQ. Do you have Ninja MCQ?
No, I have so many already that I mean, I use your notes and they help me a lot in the other 3 parts. The reason being I use CPA Excel. So pretty much I use 3 courses. CPA Excel I love because of their lectures. Gleim I like because of their questions and how I can go back and forth between the wrong answers and then redo them again as many times as I want. So, and then go back to just the wrong questions that I keep on getting wrong. And then go back to areas that you feel that it shows you the areas that are weak. So I like them, and I like your notes a lot because all of that put together, you know, puts me at an advantage where I pass already 3 parts. So
okay.
Okay,
in the CPA Excel software, does it have sample written communications to where you can type it out and then see what the instructors say that your answer should look like?
No, they pretty much let you answer it, and you know it says that self-grade, which doesn't really help me because I can give myself 100 all I want, but does that mean I'm learning something? That's the difficult part with all these courses. They don't give you feedback. You know, I write out the essay, but I don't know how well I did. Versus on the other part, because they're structured differently, it's easy because you know which areas you're weak and which areas you're not. And this one, it's just I don't know at this point. I don't know how to go about studying for the essay part.
But it does give you an answer.
It gives me it gives you what they call a sample 5-point answer, meaning an answer that would get 5 points on the CPA exam. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's what Ninja MCQ does too. It's extremely hard to grade, a candidate's answer. The only thing I would say, some tips is make sure that you are using relevant keywords, because the simulation, the essays are graded by a computer unless your exam is flagged for a rescore or something like that, or if they want to look it over, because if they, tens of thousands of people take BEC times 3 written communications.
Yeah.
They're not hiring CPAs to read 30,000 essays. And so make sure that you are using keywords, and sometimes you might have to force yourself to almost keyword spam the written communication, but do that. And then also make sure that you are using your spell check.
Yeah, that I do every time. Yeah.
Yeah, and those are really my best tips for the written communication. I mean, it's hard to learn writing. I mean, some people just naturally do it well. Some people have to work at it more. But
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, but I think with the rewriting of the whole essay as it is written, I guess in a way, I feel like it's helping me, because after seeing the question again and again and rewriting it, kind of start to repeat whatever you rewrote. But this time it's almost done by heart, because of the fact that I've rewrote it so many times already. So I feel like this is what I'm going to continue doing, just rewrite the original answer, and hopefully on the exam date I'll come close to that rewritten part. But I was thinking maybe you have some other ways that you would recommend as well.
No, that's I've given you all of my tricks. It sounds like you're doing that already. since you've already seen the CPA Excel and GLIME questions so many times, you might consider the Ninja questions, not to spend more money on yet another thing. But it's $47, and you might find it useful.
Okay, I guess you're selling them online, right? So I'll take a look at it.
Yeah, just go to Another71. It's Ninja MCQ. There's like 1,300 BEC questions, and it has 26 practice essays.
Yeah. Okay.
And as you score, the system will start to learn what your weaknesses are, and will feed you those weaker questions more. It uses adaptive learning, whereas the other courses don't use adaptive learning. And
gotcha.
So anyway, you might check that out.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, Sam.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Okay, area code 631. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, Jeff. It's James.
Hey, James.
Can you hear me? How's it going?
Yeah.
Thanks for taking my call first.
Sure thing.
I'm exactly a month away from exam day. I've done your Ninja framework. I nailed the videos, watched it over again, took intense notes, and now I'm at the part where I'm taking MCQs. Some of these MCQs are a little tricky. I'm studying for FAR, by the way.
Mm.
So I guess my question is, or I just would like, some affirmation. What would be your approach being 1 month away from exam day? I'm following the framework. I feel like taking those intense notes took me a little bit longer than I really wanted to. I work full time. I study about 2 or 3 hours a day after I get off work, and another 6 to 8 hours on the weekends, starting Friday through Sunday. So I do get to 20 hours in. That's necessary that you suggest. So I'm just a little, a little worried about where I'm at in terms of the MCQs and how I'm performing with those. So what would be your suggestion being 1 month away from exam day?
Well, 1 month away, I think you are doing fine, because typically I like for people to have 2 weeks to review.
Okay.
And so they can spend their second to final week rewriting their notes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Have you taken other exams?
I've taken audit. I have not passed. I didn't follow your Ninja framework. I took it based on the Becker review course, and I really didn't prepare the way I should have. So I decided to just start with FAR. I feel like FAR lends itself more to other exams. So it was basically me starting over, I guess. And so I'm taking FAR now, and I just wanted to see. Yeah, took audit, failed.
Okay, well, you're in a good spot. So so you have your set of intense notes, like on a legal pad or something like that.
I actually put it in a Word doc. Do you suggest rewriting it like physically, or does it really matter how I take my notes?
No. Well, the only thing that matters is how it speaks to you. So as you work through your multiple choice questions, take notes over what you miss.
Right.
Okay, so or what you're prone to forget. And so then after you finish all of your multiple choice questions, you'll have even more notes. And as you rewrite your notes, because you have this crazy Word document of all of these notes, if you do nothing with it, then then I'm not sure that it was really that that effective of a use of time to take the notes in the first place. And so,
Gotcha.
What you might consider doing is printing out your Word document and then getting a legal pad and
physically rewriting them.
Yeah. Rewriting them into like little bullet points on your legal pad. So you have a whole paragraph of information over whatever bonds, and so then you take that paragraph and put it into like three bullet points over just little fact nuggets that you need to know for exam day.
Gotcha. Okay.
And make sure that you start that rewriting process no later than 2 weeks out from your exam. And if you haven't finished it by 1 week out, cut it off and stop and start hitting your weak areas in the multiple choice.
Okay. All right. So what I'm doing now is just continue the course in terms of working my MCQs, and so I guess my notes, to get back onto the notes, I'm doing bullet points, in Word. I just feel like I write too slow. Typing for me is a little bit more efficient. I work my time more efficiently than I do writing them. So that's the only reason why I'm using Word. But I do use bullet points and jot down little fact nuggets. I've taken your suggestion on that. So right now, would you say just keep working the Ninja framework the way you suggest, and then rewrite the notes physically after I'm done going through the questions?
Yeah, keep working the Ninja framework. Now, if you can retype your notes, and if you absorb the information, then that's fine. Retype them. If you would absorb it better, I mean, there's nothing special about writing it down, other than it causes you to slow the information down, chew on it a little bit, and put it into your own voice.
I do have to say that the framework has helped a ton. I mean, when I was doing audit, I was writing within the actual prep book, and it didn't help at all. Taking my own notes helps. I remembered or still remember a lot of the information as I'm going through the MCQ. So I do have to say that suggestion definitely does help, and it's a big change for me. I've seen stuff from FAR that I've seen in audit that has helped me with FAR. So it's actually very helpful. So yeah, thanks for that suggestion. But I guess I'm pretty nervous still, in terms of some of these MCQs. I feel like some of these questions have, after you get the solutions and the explanations of the answers, some of the rules, there's little nuances in the rules that aren't gone over in the prep. So I guess that makes me a little nervous,
Well, the multiple choice questions, they are an integral part of the learning process, and so a course can cover a course cannot cover every single concept, and so you have to get the basics down. But the multiple choice questions are really where you learn the material. It takes it from just general concepts to actual exam application, so that you know exactly how the examiners how the examiners want you to apply the information.
Okay, that makes sense, I guess. Yeah.
So if you all of that to say, as you work multiple choice questions, if you're like, man, I don't know this, just keep trucking through.
Gotcha.
And you will come out good on the other side.
Okay, good. Because I swear, some of these questions they're like frustratingly tricky. And, sometimes if I don't know it, I'll cheat and look back on my notes or even in the book just to see if, the information would be found somewhere. And sometimes it's not in any of my notes or the book. So I guess that's the frustrating part, but you're right. Just, keep trucking along. Good advice. Yep. Yeah.
So keep hitting those multiple choice questions, okay, James?
All right. Thanks, Jeff.
Well, yeah, thanks for calling in.
All right.
See you.
Bye.
Area code 347. Who am I speaking with? Area code 347. 347 going once. Going twice. Area code 781. 781.
This is me. I was just listening to other callers to see. Well, I guess I can ask more questions.
Yeah.
I was just listening to see maybe I can learn from other people what they're doing and what they're not doing. So, I can ask more questions. Nobody's there to ask questions.
That's Yeah. Go ahead.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I had you down as 718 for some reason, and so then when I saw 781, I thought it was someone else hanging on. My fault. Go ahead.
Okay. I was just thinking of I noticed that some people use other study material. Mm-hmm. I only have I'm using what's it called, the Ninja multiple choice.
Yes.
And do you think that is sufficient? And I try to, because I work too. I actually work, so I try to. It's tough to study after work, but that's what I try to do. I try to do multiple choice during in the morning, a little bit during the lunchtime, and trying when I get home, instead of doing multiple choice, I try to do flashcards. I mean, what's it called, the mobile, mobile flashcards, just to
review the material.
I've listened to all the videos. I've gone through all the notes. I've done rewriting of all the notes. But I think from what the last time I spoke to you, wanted me to go back to the book. I was using the book. It was just too extensive. So I think that other than that, what else will you suggest? Should I just concentrate on the multiple choice? Because I just felt like maybe if I do more multiple choice, I'll be fine. So, but
yes, okay. If you don't want to read the book, that is okay, because the Ninja MCQ uses adaptive learning, and so it will figure out what your weak areas are, and as you just keep pounding multiple choice questions, it will keep feeding you what you are weak on, what you get wrong, and eventually you will learn it. Mm-hmm. And so you asked if the multiple choice are sufficient. Yes, it is. I mean, it has over, for BEC has over 1,300 AICPA licensed questions, and so these are questions from past exams that I have a license from the AICPA, and so these are the questions. And of course, you might see some of these MCQ questions on the actual exam, but don't expect to see all of them, just a small sliver probably. But they are representative of what you will see on the exam, and so yeah, if you want to learn the concepts through the multiple choice questions, and so each question, so you're struggling with cost accounting. If you get a cost accounting question wrong, and it has relevant terms with the question, so you can click on that, read the relevant term. It has a little text explanation of the concept to cover it. You can click that and read that. And if you would rather absorb the material through working the questions and clicking each question and learning that way, that's perfectly fine.
Okay. Will you suggest maybe do you think I should put the exam a little bit later on, or you think if I continue with just multiple choice I'll be fine? Because I was just wondering, going back to I don't know, I don't really find the book. I just felt the book was torture to me. But I know I'm going to go back and just look at it one more. I guess maybe I just have a bad taste for BC. I don't know why.
Well, I think that you just don't like the information. The performance measures and all that just bores you, and
I just hate it. I just don't see why it's necessary.
And so, if the multiple choice questions help you to hate it less, and if the thought of reading the book just makes you not want to study, period, then stick with the multiple choice questions. Do whatever is going to get you up early and studying. A lot of people, including myself, enjoy an active learning process versus just sitting there and staring at something. So you're interacting, you're thinking, you're moving. And now, as far as rescheduling your exam, it's scheduled for August 15th. I would not reschedule that.
Okay.
Because that will put some pressure on you. If you move it off to August 31st, if you're like most people, including myself, you'll take your foot off the gas, and it won't happen. Well, okay. You'll find yourself 15 days out from your exam. You're like, oh crap, I'm gonna reschedule it for October. That's it. So.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, Sammy.
Thank you very much. Thanks for your time.
All right, well, that does it for this edition of CPA Reviewed. If you have questions or comments, you can always go to Another71.com, click in the upper right-hand corner, click Ask Jeff, and I try to answer each and every message and email that comes my way. Or you can see me on the forum. Just go to Another71.com and click the forum. There are a lot of people over there. Or hit me up on Facebook, facebook.com/Another71. We recently passed 32,000 ninjas on Facebook, so that is good. All right, everyone, take care, be good, and I will talk to you soon.